Hello friends, today I am coming with the new chapter, that is from the first chapter PUC2 syllabus, that is solid state. You already know the matter is divided into three important classification in which solid is one of them. The remaining points are that is liquid state and gaseous state, but today we are going to recall the chapter that is solid state. And in this solid state, what are the important points are going to be studied, that is going to be recalled under the heading of concept map. Okay, this concept map of this solid state, first important step is that is how to classify these solids. Okay, this classification, and next one what you know about this crystal lattice and unit cell concept, that is going to be recalled once again, and remaining types of the unit cell. First we are going to be concentrate on the classification of these solids. Already know solids are divided into two important classification, that is amorphous and next one is crystalline. Amorphous means it is a smooth powder like arrangement and it has not having any particular geometry in their structure, therefore it is not considered as the true solid. The only one true solid is that is crystalline solids. And this crystalline solids having the small microscopic level unit cell. What you know about this unit cell, that is going to be studied later. Before this one, based on the types of the forces present, it is divided into four important classification, that is molecular solids, ionic solids and metallic solids and covalent solids. These are all based on the what is the type of the atoms present and what is the forces present, that is the classification molecular, ionic, metallic and covalent. Next part of the chapter is crystal lattice and unit cell concept. Okay, what you know about this crystal lattice and unit cell is going to be studied first. Okay, crystal lattice means in simple you can be tell that is what you are seeing the solid, that is nothing but the crystal lattice. Its microscopic level particle is that is unit cell. Therefore, you can able to see the crystal lattice, but we can't able to see this unit cell. Okay, it means what is the definition of this unit cell? Unit cell is the microscopic level and it is the repeating portion of this whole crystal lattice. It means by using this single structure of unit cell, we can completely describe the structure of crystal lattice. Okay, that is the difference between unit cell and crystal lattice. But in the whole chapter, we are going to be concentrate on this unit cell, not on this crystal lattice. In this unit cell, three important classification is done, in which first one is simple cubic crystal. In short, it is termed as SCC, and it is the structure of this simple cubic crystal. And similarly, BCC, body centered cubic crystal, and it is the structure of BCC. And the next one is FCC, that is face centered cubic crystal, and it is the structure. Okay, in the diagram you can be clearly seen, in case of the simple cubic crystal, there are 8 corner atoms. These corner atoms are considered as the lattice point. Lattice point means it is nothing but where there is a atoms are present, those are all considered as the lattice point. In this first diagram, you are getting the 8 lattice points. In case of the BCC, 8 corner plus 1 extra body atom, therefore it is lattice point number is 9. And similarly, in case of the face centered cubic crystal, 8 plus 6 face centered, total lattice point number is 14. And it is the diagram. And after this one, you are going to be calculate this Z value. What is the meaning of this Z? It is total how many number of atoms are present in one unit cell. Okay, you are going to be imagine very clearly. It is not the complete solid. It is the small portion of the whole solid. It means the same structure is repeating in all the 3 dimensions. Therefore, these corner atoms are not present completely inside of one unit cell. Therefore, its overall contribution is considered as the total number of atoms. Therefore, that is the Z value. Each corner atom sharing is only 1 by 8. Therefore, 1 by 8 into 8, it means it is the contribution of about only 1 atom. Similarly, you can be done the calculation regarding the BCC. You are getting the total number of atoms in case of the BCC, that is 2. And the last one, FCC. This FCC having total 8 corner atoms and total 6 face centered atoms. Therefore, total number of atoms in case of the FCC, that is 4 atoms. And next point is packing efficiency. Packing efficiency means if it is considered as the total 100% volume, in this 100% volume, how much volume is filled with the atoms, that is the definition of packing efficiency. Okay, in case of the simple cubic, packing efficiency is only about 52.4%. It indicates only half of the percentage is filled with the atoms and remaining percentage that is completely vacant, that is the concept of void, and that void is going to be studied later on. And similarly, in case of the BCC, it is 68%, and in case of the FCC, that is the 74%. Therefore, out of the 4 unit cells, this FCC is very well arranged solid because it is having the maximum packing efficiency. You can clearly see as the number of atoms increases, this packing efficiency is also increases. And the last part of this study, that is the relationship between this edge length and the radius. Okay, edge length means it is the distance between the 2 lattice points, 2 adjacent lattice points, that is the edge length. Here you can see these are the edge length. And what is the radius of these atoms? That is the relationship between the edge length and the radius. In case of this simple cubic crystal, this is A is equal to 2R, where this A is edge length and R is nothing but the radius. And similarly, in case of the BCC, that is A is equal to 4R divided by root 3. And in case of the FCC, that is A is equal to 4R divided by root 2. It is the first part of this chapter, that is classification and crystal lattice and unit cell concept. The last 2 parts of this chapter is, that is imperfections, and next one is properties. Okay, in this imperfections, I will classify this as based on the voids and based on the extra atoms, or some atoms are missing from the lattice sites. Okay, first we are going to be studying the gaps. Gaps means regarding the packing efficiency. The packing efficiency is 74%. What does it indicate? Remaining 26% amount that is completely vacant. Vacant means there is nothing but the voids. Okay, in this voids we are going to be identified the 2 types of the voids. That is first one is the tetrahedral voids and another one is octahedral void. And tetrahedral void, how to calculate? It is the 2 times of the total number of atoms present in that solid. Okay, it means tetrahedral is equal to 2n, and how to calculate the octahedral? That is the exactly the same number of atoms present in this solid. Therefore, tetrahedral is equal to 2n and octahedral is equal to n. It is quite important. So this interstitial defect, this regular lattice point is shifted towards the another one position. Therefore, the name comes interstitial defect. And similarly, vacancy defect means some of the lattice points are completely missing from the unit cell. Therefore, that is known as vacancy defect. But these 2 are observed in case of the molecular solids. But if the same type of the defects are observed in case of the ionic solid like NaCl, and those are termed as Frankel defect and Schottky defect. Okay, in case of this Frankel defect, it is nothing but the interstitial defect observed in the ionic solid, and this Schottky defect means it is the vacancy defect observed in case of the ionic solid. And these are the 2 scientist names which are identified, that is Frankel and Schottky defects. Okay, this is the first part, imperfections in these solids. And the last part of this chapter, that is properties of the solids. And these properties in which important electrical properties and the magnetic properties. Okay, electrical properties you already studied in recent chapters, that is conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Conductors are highly conducting the electricity, and insulators you already know, and next one is semiconductors. These are having the properties in between conductors and insulators. In this semiconductor, there are 2 types, that is N type and P type. N type, it is carried out by the major charge carriers, electrons, and P types semiconductors, that is done by the positive holes. Okay, that is major charge carriers, electron in case of the N type semiconductor, positive holes in case of the P type semiconductors. And in this properties, the next one is magnetic properties. Based on the magnetic field activity, solids are further divided into ferromagnetic, diamagnetic and paramagnetic. Those are all going to be studied in different chapter also. Okay, it is the concept map regarding the solid. For the CT point I have studied this radius ratio, X-ray diffraction and density calculation in case of these solids. These 3 points are most important. Okay, first you know about this radius ratio. Okay, the clearly definition telling that is R plus divided by R minus. It means it is the ratio of cation to the anion, radius of the anion, and this radius ratio can be used in the determination of coordination number of simple cubic crystal, body centered cubic crystal and face centered cubic crystal. Okay, what you know about this coordination number means it is the total number of neighboring atoms present in case of the unit cell. In case of this simple cubic, it is the number 6, and here it is 8. And in case of the FCC, total number of nearest neighbor for each atom, that is the 12. And it is the concept of coordination number, and it is the application of radius ratio in case of this solid state. And the next one is X-ray diffraction. Okay, it means how to calculate the edge length. It is the experimental method it is used, and in theory it is not explained in detail, but for the competitive exam point of view it is quite important. This n lambda is equal to 2d sin theta. It indicates where this n is the order of the diffraction, and next one lambda is the wavelength of the light used, and this d means that is the distance between the 2 points. You can consider this as the edge length, and the sine, that is theta, means what is the angle of incident of this ray, that is n lambda is equal to 2d sin theta, and it is quite important in the calculation of the width. It means width means that is nothing but the edge length. And the last calculation, that is the density calculation in case of the solid, is calculated by the formula. It is quite important in theory also, that is P is equal to Zm divided by A cube Na. Okay, these are having the regular notations, that is D means density, Z means number of atoms, and in case of the M means molecular weight, and A cube means edge length cube. It can be considered this as also as volume, and this Na means Avogadro's number, and these are the points important in case of the solid state. Okay, next problem, that is you can read it clearly. If 3 elements are going to be made, that is X, Y, Z, and these are having a crystallizers of CCP. It is cubic closed packed lattice, and these X atoms are present at the corners, and Y atoms are present at the center of that unit cell, and Z atoms are present at the edges. And it is going to be calculated the total molecular formula of that compound. They are given the number of options to you, that is XYZ, XYZ2, and XYZ3, and similarly X2, Y2. How to solve this problem? It is based on the simple theory, that is concept of corner atoms, and inside the body atom, and edge atoms. Okay, first it is going to be listed out X atom, these are the corner atoms, these are present in corners, and Y atoms, these are present inside the body, and next one is Z atoms, these are present at the edges. First it is going to be identify X atoms, means it is nothing but the corners. Okay, total how many corners are present? There are total 8 corner sides are present, therefore 8 you are going to be considered, and inside the body that is only 1, and in case of edges, total 12 edges are present in case of the unit cell. Therefore these are the numbers first going to be identifying, and after this one you can identify what is the number of atoms present here. X, Y, Z, these are the atoms, and X atoms are present in the corners. It means it is multiplied by 1 by 8. This 1 by 8, it is nothing but the sharing of this each corner atom. Therefore the total contribution that is equal to 1 in case of the X. You can check X everywhere 1, those may be the right answers. Therefore definitely you can avoid this is the wrong answers. And next you can continue to the Y, and Y it is also present inside the body atom, and its contribution is a full contribution. Therefore 1 multiplied by 1, you are getting the Y value, that is 1 here. And next you can go for the Z, and this Z that is multiplied by 12, and it is 1 divided by 4. Okay, why it is 1 divided by 4? Because each edge center lattice point having the sharing only 1 divided by 4th of its portion. Therefore totally it is getting the number 3. Therefore it is the ideal combination for this atom. So this solid is going to be existing, that is X1, Y1 and Z3. Therefore X, Y, Z3, and that is the correct answer, and that is present in the option C. That is the correct answer, X, Y, Z3, and this is the answer for this.